Yes, that made some sort of sense to anyone, someone, everyone. Hello, and welcome back. It's been a long day, and I haven't built the guitar, but I'm gonna sneak in a little bit extra here before it gets too late. I actually started filming, and I was messing around with bridges and everything, but I felt like I was very aimless, and I think that I'm gonna buy some pickguard material and see. Hopefully it comes soon. I don't know. I was gonna keep working on the body. I was gonna do some routing, but instead we're gonna scoop the neck. You might not know what I mean when I say scoop the neck. But if you look at like a Stratocaster or a Telecaster or any caster, then there is a scoop at the headstock, which is where the tuners sit and all of that. And yeah, I'll fetch the neck so you know what I mean. No, not that neck. Some necks are angled back and some have a scoop, like this neck right here, which you might remember from an old video done about a month ago. It's like scooped down like this. Woo. And if we look at the neck we made, come on, get loose. Damn, it's tight in the pocket. It's not scooped yet. And yeah, I was actually gonna make the jig for it. I'm gonna super quickly just throw together a makeshift jig, and then I'm just gonna, route it. But I thought that I would do it first, and then I would just show you how to use it. But I'm thinking I'll show you how to make the jig, because we're just gonna do something really fast, simple, and a sort of throwaway jig. I'm not saying that we'll throw it away, but we will make it simple, easy, and ugly. I have these pieces of wood from another build, and they've been planed. They are the same thickness. They are perfect for this. I'm gonna cut these parts off, make them a little bit smaller, and then I'm gonna just screw them into a piece of wood of some sort. Something. I'm gonna look around. Something that is perfectly flat. So, for example, here I have a piece of wood that I used to do some color matching on the semi-hollow guitar. So let's use that, and we'll see what happens. And since these have been planed and they're flat, and I know exactly that they are perfect, it will all be square and nice and easy and good. So I'll put you here, and I'll move you down there. I hope you are okay, because we're gonna try out a thing that I've been wanting to try out that is a little bit different than anything else I've done. So I'm just gonna put the neck here and put these two pieces of wood fairly close, not too close, so I have a little bit of wiggle room, but something like this. And then I'm gonna remove the neck super quick, and I'm gonna screw them down. I think that's gonna be good enough. This is very much throwaway. It's like I said, it's very much throwaway. So I'm picking up some screws. Here I have some screws. Are they long enough? Yeah, that will be good enough. Let's actually move the coffee over here. And yes, today it's drinking coffee from a glass. And to make things easy for myself, here is a pillar drill, which is what you're supposed to use for everything if you have the energy to do things the correct way. Which, I mean, sometimes you have, sometimes you don't. I don't blame you. But just know that you probably should use it. So there we go. Let's quickly just mark here. Put one screw there, and we'll put one screw there. It's not super important. As you can see, these are not particularly a very particularly thought out thing. It's just to help me. Okay, so I'm back. I hope you could see any of that, because it was just drilling holes. I only used the pillar drill to make it easy for myself, to make sure I made things, you know, somewhat at least straight. And now, let's see, can we use something else? Here we have a drill bit, and here we have a drill. This is like a 10mm bit or something. And I'm just gonna tap these. Again, it's only usable for making sure it's flat. I don't want the screws to stick up so that the router touches them. So I basically drill them backwards, which is my getaway of getting what I want done, quick and easy and sloppy. It's not something that I do on anything that is, you know, particularly that I'm careful about. But yeah, okay, where did it? There it is. Okay, so let's see now. Here's the neck, and here are the clamps. Let's put that there, that there, put the neck there. Just move them around a little bit like that. And then let's see if we can find the right bit for this, so that the screw fits. That seems about right. Let's put it in the drill. And attached it. If this doesn't make sense, I hope it's gonna do that as we go along, because I hope that it will. So let's see. There we go. Come on. And they are flush. They're into the wood and they're gone. And the neck will fit like that. And then this one we can have like that, actually. Something like that. And that's going to be great. And now we can push the neck in here, having it lie sort of free, so that there's a little bit space in between. I hope you can see it. If you can't, I can't move the camera any more than that. And now let's put a clamp down. Looking for a clamp down. Looking for the clamp down. Something like that. And yeah, it's pretty securely secured. Okay, so yeah, good. We'll use this pen here because it's black and thick, and I was about to say veiny, but I don't think you guys approve of that joke, so I didn't say it, and you didn't hear from me. There it is. I don't really care about these sides. I like if the wood gets damaged or anything, you know, it's not important. I'm gonna do a quick test thing for the router. And that is, okay, this one has to go from there to there, and that is not okay. Which means that I need to cut and put in a little bit of piece of wood on each side here so that it doesn't get away from me too much. I could probably push the neck in a little bit more. I'll test that first, but I can also just cut some more of this wood down. So if I push this in a little bit more and clamp it down, and press this down. There, it's on the edge. Come on. There, it's on the edge, and there it's, yeah, there it's over the edge. So I need to do that. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut these off. Yeah, I'll just quickly do that. I'll be back super soon. Yeah, I don't need to measure that out. I'll just sort of grab at it a little bit. I'll just take my circular saw, my G-saw, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, and I'm back. And as you can see, I cut everything down a little bit, and now I have these pieces that maybe I can sort of jig-saw, no pun intended, back into place like this. I'm thinking. Yeah, something like that. It doesn't have to be pretty. The only thing that matters, really, is that this is perfectly flat. And since I've planed this for another project, I know that it is. So that one there, and maybe that one there. And then, again, back over here. For now, drop everything in all directions. That's how you know you're a pro. That's a stupid joke. It's not even a joke, it's just me saying something. Come on. Ah. Don't scare me like that, come on. And then we put this in here, we align it so that it's as far in as we can. I'm gonna actually put this up somewhat against the neck so that it can be maybe a little bit more beneficial for me. And I'll just screw these in. Something like that. I'll hold this back in place, and let's try to do this again. On this side, one there and one there, but I'll turn you off for now. So I'm getting ready to do this. Now, you might think or wonder or ask me what it is I'm actually going to do with this jig. And that is, I'm going to route away the excess wood with my router to get away the bulk of it. I'm going to sand it afterwards and all of that, but usually, I do the scoop, the transitional little scoop, with either my belt sander or with my pillar sander, whatever it's called, oscillating spindle sander, that's the word. But the jig that I built for that has disappeared, and so instead of building a new one, I'm going to experiment. The scoop on this guitar is going to be different than the other ones because I accidentally my planer was acting up, and this had to be planed down more than I was hoping to do, and so the neck is thinner than I would like it to be. So that's why the scoop has to be thinner than I'd like it to be. And we're just going to experiment with it and try it. And in worst case scenario, I'll just have to re-scoop it, and because of the angle for the strings might be too shallow, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, here I have a bit that I've modified. It's supposed to have a bearing in the middle, but I've cut that with an angle grinder away. Now, I'm not telling you that you should do this. It could potentially maybe be dangerous. I'm not going to say that it will be or that it can't be. I'm just going to say that I was making a top with an in groove a couple of years ago, and that's why I made this bit to work for that, and it worked great. So I want to try it on this. So give me a sec to put this into the router. I'll just stop the video here and we'll route and see what happens. But you should probably be more careful than I am right now, because you could potentially ruin the neck and have to make it into a headless one, which I won't do. Okay, so the bit is in. I had to put an extension in, which you can see here, but you can get those on eBay. Not a big deal. Gear protection on, and there we have it. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to try to do a straight line here where the black marker is. So wish me luck. And yeah. Okay, let's see. That did not go very well. I mean, it went fairly okay. I'll zoom in and maybe you can see the problem. Actually, before the battery die, let's just take it out and you take a look. So you can see the scoop is way too much. I mean, it really won't matter, I suppose you could say, because we don't have a truss strut up here, but that just doesn't look very nice. So I'm gonna have to blend that out a little bit more, and I might have to put in a different kind of nut that is scooped down. I'll take a quick break and think about it, and I'll be back. I just need to make some sort of decision and also change the battery. I'll do two things at once. Alright, so down here, I'll zoom in for you, or at least I'll try. We have my random orbital sander, and I'll put on some ear protection, and I'm just gonna start it up and just hold my neck to it like this and just try to scoop it, and then just sand this and flatten out a little bit. So yeah, hopefully it will work. And I'm going to try to press it in here and not into the actual neck, because I don't want to change its thickness. And I'll have problems with my then I'll have problems with my thingamajig. Go, almost there. Yeah. Almost. If you don't have this sort of machine, I don't know why I have it too. Remembering it. If you don't have one, you know, there are other ways around. But if you can get your hands on one, I recommend it. I think that's gonna have to be good enough for now. You need some space for. You need some space for the tuners, and you also need some space for the sander. We just have to make a really badass nut here that makes all our issues go away. But you can hopefully see. Let me just change. Hopefully you can see that the scoop, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better. It's more of a smooth one. I should have, woulda, coulda, the greatest Pokemon ever. I should have realized that wouldn't look good. I'm gonna try to see, because I think the idea could still work, but I'm gonna see if I can find a bigger one. And we'll come back to this and try it again at some other time. And the way you saw me do that on the end, I basically do that, but I have a jig that is shaped like this, so we can ride along and place the angle correctly, basically. But yeah, I just think this will look good. I think this will work. I think we can just cut in here a piece of bone, make a nut, make that all look at least somewhat nice, and I think we're good to go. I don't think we have to throw the neck away. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. What we need to do is we need to mark out the holes on the back, and we need to drill them. Now, the thing is, one of the first mistakes I ever did was think I could drill straight. And when I say straight, yeah, I could drill at like 99% of, you know, 50, 90 degrees, I mean. But the issue is that's not good enough. It really isn't. You need to use a pillar drill, is what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna re-drill or drill the holes for the tuners, you need to do that. You need to use the proper gear. So I align my template again. It has everything that I need, and I'm just gonna hold it in place. I'm gonna take my awl. I'm gonna press it in. Actually, I'm gonna put 2 clamps on the neck to align everything and make it perfect and make sure that I don't have any issues, because I honestly can't afford issues on this neck at this stage. We're getting to the parts where things are just too nice, you know. We put too much work into this. We've done everything to be perfect. We can't afford any more screw-ups. What I just did with the whole testing on the neck instead of doing it on a scrap piece was really stupid. We're too close at the end game for that kind of screw-ups, and it did screw up the neck. We're gonna have a different kind of neck than I thought we were gonna have. So that's just the way it is. Here we have the holes. I'll press a little bit more just to make sure. And then we need to find, because we've scooped the neck, but we also have the fretboard on, so it's you know, we need a piece of wood to drill on. Luckily, I have everything I need. I have this piece of wood right here that is planned for a different purpose, but I can reuse it. This. So let's just push it in and reattach it and start up the drill and hold this flat and just go through these holes one at a time, slowly and securely, and all of that. There we go, that's the first one. And there's the second one. There we go. And all the holes look pretty good. I'll take a sec to find out exactly what sort of size I want, because I don't know. So I'll just let that go in, but I won't let it do more than clean up the holes. Now these holes are 4 mil, and so there are no tuners that are small enough. But when I've decided what tuners I'll have, maybe what? That's staying in the video. Maybe I'll go with maybe I'll go with 10, you know, the sort of standard, or maybe I'll go with 8 for the vintage one. I have the tuners, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. We don't have to do that right now, anyway, because we have a lot of other things to do. But that's gonna be the end of this video. Sorry if that hurt you. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. We got the neck scooped. We didn't do it exactly as I wanted, but I think it looks good in the end anyway. It could be better, it definitely could, but we'll have to see. It's also not scooped enough, so if I mean, it is scooped enough. Like this looks perfectly fine to me, and the neck is perfect. It's the right thickness, but I don't know if this is going to be enough. we'll just have to wait and see. But if it isn't enough, then I'll glue on a piece of wood on the back of the neck and I'll re-scoop it. It won't be that hard to do. It won't be too much more work. It will, yeah, I'll just do that, basically. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. With that as the end, I bid you goodbye. So, bye! Stay